We teased it at the PDAC. Now it's finally here. Our new show, Mining Picks the Rough, where we bring you experts monthly who are going to talk to us about gold stocks, silver stocks, mining stocks, and see what's going on there. So our first guest, an expert you should all know, the mercenary geologist, Mickey Fulp. Mickey, thanks for joining me today.
Well, thanks for having me. I'm honored to be on, I think, your inaugural show here, Alex.
That's right, you are our first guest. Let's get started with the Hong Kong Mines and Money show that you were at last week. How did the show go, and is there any capital out there for gold mining companies?
Well, there is capital. I think it's very risk adverse. The show was really good. It's very well organized. The people at Mines and Money are pros at this. We hear a lot of talk about all the private equity money in Singapore and Hong Kong and other parts of Asia, and that's certainly true. But I find that money is very conservative. They have essentially replaced the banks, so they're very risk averse. And to tell you the truth, I'm unable at this time to see any venture capital willing to take risk in that market.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I'm sorry to be a bit negative about that, but call a spade, right?
All right, Mickey, before jumping into some of your stock picks, let's talk about the month of March and how precious metal stocks reacted. What did you see happening during the month?
Well, we had a couple of month high right before the PDAC or the opening of the PDAC. And then we had about, I think, 11 to 13 days on the downtick. And I'm thinking, and I actually tweeted this a couple of times, here comes the PDAC curse. But that didn't quite pan out. By mid-month or toward the third week of the month, the index is kind of flattened out, and that's really the proxy we use. If memory serves, it started the month about 707, ended the month in the low 680s. So not a lot of excitement. One thing that's kind of surprised me, we've had 3 or 4 days, like 1 day per week over the last 3 weeks, where there's been an abnormally high volume on the venture exchange to the order of well over 100 million shares, like 123 million shares a couple of times. I have no idea what's going on, why that's happening, but then it drops off in a couple of days to regular volume, certainly, and that regular volume now is probably about 70 million shares.
All right, let's take a look at some of your stock picks now. Your first one, Brazil Resources, South American focused. What do you like about them?
Well, it's very much Brazil focused at this stage. I really like management, of course. Management is Amir Adnani and Alan Lindsay. And if you're familiar with those guys, they're the founders of a small uranium miner in the U.S., ISR producer in South Texas, Uranium Energy Corp. That said, Brazil Resources has a very powerful backing behind it with some of the really big smart money names in our business, supported too by institutional funding in Brazil. And they've got nearly 4 million ounces of gold resources spread amongst 3 or 4 different projects. Recently raised money above market or at the end of the year, and I actually participated in that above market and averaged up on the stocks. So they're on the acquisition hunt, and I think the future bodes well for Brazil Resources.
Yeah, they do have a couple of advanced stage projects in Brazil. Moving those along. Let's look at Nevada Sunrise now. There's another company and exploring in Nevada. What do you see there?
Well, once again, I'm a shareholder. I should go back and say I'm a shareholder of Brazil Resources, and they're a sponsor of my website. So I'm very much financially biased on that pick. Nevada Sunrise I own, but I have no other relationship with the company. It owns 20% of Kinsley Mountain, which is Pilot Gold's recent discovery in Nevada. A very high grade, very thick potential deposit. No resource at this stage, but now Nevada Sunrise is a JV partner, owns 21%. So they're contributing their funding to the program. I like this as a leverage play. You could play Pilot Gold too, but they got 15 projects in Nevada and a couple of other major projects in Turkey. So my choice would be to play Nevada Sunrise. I've been there, and I think this could be the next big discovery in Northeast Nevada.
Now let's switch it over to some more negative tones here. We're going to talk about some stocks that you're avoiding right now that you're not necessarily liking the direction they're going. What would that be?
Well, and that would be the major gold miners. And I would not say the direction they're going as much the direction they have been in the past. And, you know, I did a piece about 2 months ago called The Real Cost of Gold Mining, and we showed unequivocally that 7 major gold mining industries have not been profitable during the 11-year period of the bull market for gold. So in my mind, until they write off all their bad assets and start treating their business as a value industry and not a Wall Street style growth industry, I don't think they're going to be successful. We've seen some indications that they're going to change, and are kind of sitting on the sidelines right now, waiting for that change to happen.
So that is maybe referencing Barrick, who's a company that has been divesting a lot of non-core assets. We saw they kind of took a step back from that diversified miner conversation with copper. I mean, are those some of the indications that you're talking about?
Well, we've seen indications that that all the companies are trying to change their stripes a bit. I would not say that Barrick is one of my favorites at this time. They're still carrying a lot of debt. They've made plans to reduce that debt. But, you know, this idea that you've got to grow production year after year, it's just nearly impossible to do that in the gold mining industry. You know, in looking at these 7 major gold miners, and we took the 3 largest and really studied those in detail, Goldcorp, Newmont, and Barrick. And my pick right now, if I was to choose one, would be Newmont. And they have really focused on, they need to focus, all of them need to focus on the quality of the ounces they produce, not the quantity. And in other words, high margins are the name of this business and always have been. You want to be in the lowest quartile producers. And then when the gold price goes down, you don't have to write off a bunch of assets.
Yeah, I think you're right. Gary Goldberg and the team at Newmont have been doing some good stuff there lately. Listen, Mickey, it was a pleasure talking to you. Thanks for kicking off the inaugural show, and we'll talk soon.
All right. Thanks a lot, Alex.
And thank you for watching this first show, Mining Picks The Rough. Any comments or questions are always welcome at newsfeedback@kitco.com. Enjoy the long weekend.